Hello everyone, welcome back to the Brotherhood of Steel Fortress. As you can see, I finished texturing the outside of it. I put wall pieces all the way around on all the way around on all sides. I didn't put the junk fences all the way around. I only put them part way. I put them along here and a little bit over here because I just haven't done it yet. I will. I just haven't finished yet. Now, somebody said that they didn't think the junk fences looked good. That they look a little too spindly and stuff to be holding up these big walls, which, you know, I can see that they do. They obviously wouldn't be able to hold up these walls. I guess that wasn't really the point. I wasn't trying to make it look like they were holding these walls up. I don't know. I was just trying to make it look not so straight and boring and just concrete wall. I don't know. Unfortunately, I can't get bigger, I don't know, bigger ones. It would be cool if they were like twice as high and had huge supports on them. That would be cool. And then I don't know, just make it look a little bit more like what's it called? The one in Fallout 3. I just had a mind blank on what the Brotherhood of Steel Fortress is called in Fallout 3. But anyway, that place. Okay, well now, so, I haven't really done anything in new to show you other than I put the door to the kitchen on the other side. It was over there, and I moved it over here because, for reasons, and I also moved this thing over here. Now this is because I actually, since last episode, let's turn on, I don't know if that doesn't really do a whole lot, does it? I actually figured out what I'm going to put on the upper and lower levels here. So all through the entire fort. I figured out all the rooms and everything. So I actually drew a really detailed floor plan. So yeah, we're gonna get started. I decided where everything is going to go. This is going to be the command center. And it's going to be 2 stories high because, again, we can't put a second floor in these corners. And I'm going to be putting a floor. Let's see here. We're going to be attaching floors all the way around. To make it second story. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to attach floor all the way around. I am going to have stairs at intervals all the way around this place. But I will add those in a little bit. I'm not going to add them in right now. And also, I have to take a look at my little map that I did, my little floor plan, and see what it says, where it says to put the steps. So I'm going to do this, and I'll be back. Alright, there. We got the whole roof, or the whole floor, ceiling, floor, put in all the way around, and now we can build walls and decide where the rooms are going to be and what are going to be in them. Now, for those of you who are following along step by step, this one might get tricky because you actually have to count exactly like the squares and stuff of where they are and all that stuff. So hopefully you guys will be able to follow along. I'll try not to skip and stuff too much because of that reason. Now, for the doors, for the stairs I mean, to get up to the upper floor. I'm going to have them inside, just inside each door. There's 3 doors. I'm going to have a staircase just inside each door. And so as you go in, it will be, you go in, you turn, there's stairs. That's what I'm going to do. So I will be putting stairs like on this. You come in, and then it'll be over 1 square from the door. And so we'll be removing that and putting a staircase there. And I'm going to use this one from the warehouse tab because I like the size of it and stuff. So, and actually, can it not? It can. It can. They can clip to the sides. It can. I done it. I designed my whole thing based off the fact that they clip to the edges of these these floor pieces. They clip to the side, the corners. They'll clip over onto this side. Oh no. Okay, let's get the one from the barn tab. They're exactly the same, but why isn't it doing it? Okay, let's move the... There! Huh! Okay, you gotta make sure it's facing the right direction, apparently, which is really odd. You'd think it would be the same all the way around, but, you don't know. Go figure. Okay, so now for this side over here, now I have... This area over here is going to be the power armor work area where they store their power armors and work on them. Okay? And it's going to come out to here, right here. So let's get back into concrete. I'm going to make the room curve around the corner, and then we'll put a door here. Now, I've designed the upper floor so that stuff like the living quarters and stuff is mostly going to be up here. Up here is going to be power armor, and then this area here is going to be guns and armor, like, well, the armory basically. And then from here on around, all the way around the rest of the entire thing, I'm going to put the quarters. And that far end one, this is right above the kitchen and the mess hall, is going to be the commander's quarters on the end there. So, okay, that's what this whole upper floor is going to be devoted to. And I'm going to separate the quarters into 3 different types of rooms. So there's going to be, like, enlisted men's quarters where they're just going to have bunks in one big room. Then there's going to be the officers' quarters where they each get their own little cubicle, basically. And then there'll be the commander's quarters, which is be 4 squares big. All right. Anyway, so this is the power armor work area, and so basically I'll just kind of give you guys an idea. I'm not going to like fully decorate it right now, but just to sort of give you an idea, I'm going to be putting power armor workstations on each side going down, and let's see, I'm going to have a certain amount of space between each one so that I can have room for toolboxes and stuff. So I'm basically going to stick one on each of these. So I'm lining it up with the edge of the square. Each one will be lined up on the edge of the square. Except not this one. This one is going to go around the corner. There. Okay, and then I'm going to put toolboxes and stuff. Let's see. Like, I had an idea for this, and I'm going to put these things, these rolling carts here, like, they'll like that, and then I can put toolboxes on them. And also, I'm going to get those big, tall toolboxes to put like back here, and I'm going to put these little toolboxes on top of these. And each one will have there'll be something like that between each one, yeah. And then on the back wall here, whoops, and also I'm going to have one in the front as well. We'll have an armor crafting station, because I know even though you repair your power armor and build the pieces and stuff, well, I mean, you attach the pieces on these and you repair them on here, and you don't actually need to use an armor workbench to do anything with power armor. In real life you would. You'd have to use a forge and an anvil and a hammer to shape the pieces and all that kind of thing. These are just for assembling them, right? That's how I figure that. So we're having armor workbenches in here just for aesthetics, not necessarily use. And I'm going to put shelves. I'm going to put, let me see, these huge shelves that they have from the Vault Tech DLC. These ones. I'm going to put these ones around here because these can hold the power armor pieces that they're not using. Yeah? I'm going to line them along the walls wherever there's room. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time decorating this room today. I will decorate it and then I'll show you guys what it looks like at the end, because I think it's pretty, it's not too complicated, and you guys can, if you want to copy it, you can copy it from my little tour in the next episode, okay? For now, we're going to build, and for each stair area, I'm going to have an opening that looks down over the lower floor, because I want it to be not so claustrophobic, I guess. I mean, I don't like being claustrophobic. I don't like being all closed in. I know it's not, I don't know, maybe it might not be so traditional in a military bunker. I have no idea, but this is the way I am going to build it. So if you guys don't like this, you definitely don't have to build it this way. And for this one, I'm actually going to do it 3 wide. Also, so when you're running through the top level, you'll always know where you are. Yeah? Because you'll be able to see. You won't. It's really easy to get turned around in this place. Like, which side am I on? I don't know. It's really easy to get turned around and stuff. So this will also, I discovered this, that it actually really helped me when I was trying to find my way around. Once I opened up some of the areas, it became very easy, a lot easier to navigate. So I'm going to do that. And hold on. Wrong one. I wanted to remove this one, not that one over there, so I removed the wrong side. There. So, yeah, I'm following my little diagram that I drew, because I did a whole bunch between this episode and last episode. I did a ton of building. I pretty much finished the entire inside of this thing, and then I had to take it all apart so that I could show you guys, and I was like, I'm not going to remember any of this. How am I going to figure this out again? I better draw a picture. So I did, and I'm glad I did, because I totally would have forgot. So when you come in, like I said, you can come in and then you can immediately go up and you'll be on the next level. So there we go. So now going into this area here, this area is going to be, oh look, I got ladders sticking down from the top. Oh well. This is going to be the armory, and I want to put a room here, so I'm going to be putting just like that. I'm going to be putting a... It's going to be 2 by 2, I guess. Or 1 by 2. Get in. Get in. Okay. I guess it's gonna have to go outside of it. Okay. Slightly bigger than 1 by 2. But that's okay. It doesn't have to be exact. It's not, you know, the structure of this room isn't. Oh man, I don't know what I'm trying to say. The structural integrity of the fort isn't dependent on this one room's dimensions. So anyway, it can be slightly bigger than or smaller than the square floors the pieces they're sitting on. Alright, so this is going to be the ammo magazine, probably, I think. I'm just going to line this with shelves and stuff, and they'll store their ammo in here. So it will be within the armory. And the armory, I think, is going to be just open. I think I'm just going to have it open. Well, except for down here. I think I'll put a door down here. I want each section to be separated at least by doors so that people can close them off if they need to, you know? They can close and lock. Well, not lock, but we can pretend that they lock them. The doors. So the armory is going to come 2 squares over from the corner there, and then there will be another staircase. So I will be removing this one, and their stairs will be coming off of it. So let's go get some steps. And hopefully they'll go on. Oh, yay! And then, of course, we're going to be removing these so that we can see down. Floor pieces. I want small floor. Now, I suppose I could read some Q&As. I don't have very many this time because you guys aren't leaving me any new questions. So don't forget to leave new questions in the comments below if you want to have Q&A in the next episode. I only have 5 questions to read today, and some of them look like they might not even be like they won't take very long to answer. So okay, so this is all going to be open, and this is where they're going to be building weapons, maintaining weapons, and storing weapons. And I'm not sure if I meant to have there not be a wall. I think I meant there to not be a wall here, because it doesn't really make sense to put a wall here anyways. Alright, anyway, continuing onward, we are going to have a wall here. A regular wall. Oh yeah, so question. So somebody asked, why don't you play as an evil guy? And I thought I answered this in my last episode, but I don't know, maybe you didn't hear it, or I don't know. I don't like playing evil characters. It's as simple as that. I actually just don't like it. I don't know about that. I think I want to use the entire square. So that'll have to just hang over the side, I guess. Okay. These are going to be bathrooms. I mean, we have to have bathrooms, right? So, since this is the area where we're going to be having the... hold on a second. I meant to put this on the outside. There. Because this is a hallway, it doesn't have to be the entire width of the thing. It can be smaller. But I do want to use... Come on. The entire square for this. For each one of these. I just don't like playing bad guys, to tell you the truth. It's just, I mean, do I have to have a better reason than that? I don't think so. I don't know. Because I'm not a bad person in real life, and I don't know. I just tend to like playing. Okay, I guess one will be smaller than the other. Oh, well, not that much smaller, hopefully. There. One will be slightly smaller than the other. I guess it's okay. It doesn't really matter. They're bathrooms. They don't have to be perfect. They're big enough, right? Okay, good. So, now we're going to have a door here. I think. Oh, I guess I can just take that off then. Don't need it there. Put the door there instead. Come on. Get on there. There you go. Okay, door there. Now, this next area is going to be the Enlisted men's barracks. Okay. Now, we're going to have the barracks on one side and a hall on the other. So, I'm going to have the... Again, I'm going to have the full square to use. Actually, I'm tempted to do that as well, but I'm not sure. Probably not. Just like this. Okay. And it will go around the corner. So it'll be a little tight right here, but it's big enough. And this will be the door to get in. And then we're going to do 2 more on this side. And of course, 1 here as well. There. So this is going to be the enlisted men's quarters. I know it's tight, isn't it? But it's going to be big enough. So we'll put a few beds in here just so I can show you. So like, their beds will just go up against the wall and they'll have plenty of room to walk around them. And I think I'll put them a little bit farther apart from each other so that there's a little bit more room than that. There. And they can put, you know, they'll have their little foot lockers. The cool thing about foot lockers, where are the foot lockers at? Here they are. Is that, whoops, is that they actually will go under the beds, so they don't actually have to stick out very far into the walkway. So like when they want to access their foot lockers, they'll just pull them out and then they push them back underneath, right? That's how they would do that. And then on this side also. One there, and one there. Now, yes, I get, whoops, I get that there's only 6 beds. We need to put this on the outside, I think. Except that's not going to work, so let's see if I can do it like this. I forgot to put them on the outside on this end. Okay, I don't really want to. There we go, that's better. And I can push that one in. Okay, there. All right, better. Now there's a little bit more room for them to walk. So let's just center these a little bit better. Okay. Actually, I suppose we don't really need, he doesn't really need such a big area on that side of his bed, does he? There. And the foot lockers. I guess I can't build any more beds. I just realized I'm out of something. I'm out of cloth, I guess. How am I out of cloth? Thought I had a ton of pre-war money. Oh well. Alright, so there. Yes, there's only going to be 6 enlisted men. Well, whatever. This isn't like the main base, even though they totally should make it their main base, right? It's a lot better than the airport, I think. That's just my personal opinion, though. Alright, so after the quarters now, we're going to have another downstairs. There's gonna be stairs right here. Okay. So yeah, we're actually building the entire upper floor today. Isn't that awesome? No, there you go. And this will also look down over the lower level. Okay, I know, it's a little tight, but I don't know. I think this is how I had it before. On the outside. I think it's how I had it. Even though I kind of don't remember it doing this. Especially if I put a corner piece on there. It's kind of crowds it, but I don't know. I don't really mind it. Personally. And this one is also going to have a wall on the other end. So we're going to have a door here. Now, okay, I am going to read the next question. So yeah, anyway, just basically I don't like playing the evil people. I don't enjoy it as much. I always end up wimping out and being a good guy, even if I am meant to be a bad guy. I can be a guy who is partially evil, but not evil enough to join a raider group and murder innocent people. I just can't. So, sorry. Alright, so next question is, for the settlement mode, what do you think is missing that should have been included? Oh my gosh. You really want me to get into it, do you? That's a lot of stuff. I don't know if I would be able to tell you everything. Oh, you know what? I need to take these off. This, I stuck up, the kitchen is below this, and I stuck those up there just because, and I don't actually need them up there, so we want... What's this? There's a hole there. Oh, right. I know why there's a hole there. Because I had stuck the wall down below on first, and so then the walls didn't close the gap, so there we go. And one more right here. There. Each one of these doors is going to be going to an officer's cubicle. Oh man, it's raining. Let's go change the weather really quick before we do anything else. It makes it dark and it makes it wet and it's harder to see what I'm doing, so just change the weather real quick. There we go. So see how convenient that is to just come right inside, go up a ladder, and it'll be the same no matter which side you're on, so you're not confused about where you need to go when you come inside the door. I think I like that. Alright. So now we just need to put some walls in between each one of these. So yeah, what was missing? Well, that is that's a big, yeah. Everything. Everything was missing. Well, not everything, but lots of stuff. Oh my gosh, lots of stuff was missing. This needs to be a door. No, it doesn't. Huh. Don't know. I just got confused for a second there. What in the world is going on right here? Oh, right. Duh. For some reason, I thought that was a duplicate of the outside wall. I just got confused about where I was and what I was doing. Again! I do that sometimes. Actually, I do that quite a lot, don't I? I do. Alright, so officers' quarters, everybody. They have room for their bed. And the only difference between, you know, theirs and the other people's is that they have 4 walls around them and they have some privacy. But they still don't really have a whole lot of room. Although they do have more room. I don't think I have the ability to build any more beds, though. Well, I can build one of those kinds. But for some reason I can't build one of these. Why? What do these have? Cloth. Yeah, okay. So these take less cloth, I guess. Oh, they do. They take 1 less. Well, that makes sense. This is just a mattress and the other one has a blanket. Okay. Now back here is the officers' quarters. No, well first, actually, before we do the officers' quarters, I want to put another bathroom right here because, well, they need a bathroom on this end too, right? Right. Yeah, so what do I think they should have added to the settlement menu that they didn't? Oh my goodness. So many things. Where do I start? Let's do this. There. Officers' quarters right here. They're small as well, but really, they need to not spend so much time and space, not time, but so much space on just making luxury accommodations for their soldiers, because they don't do that. This is big enough, right? This is big enough. A bed is only going to take up like half of one of these, and then there's a lot of room for other stuff. And these are overlapping because this is the end. This is the gate is right on the other side of this. See that? And just because of the way these cement pieces work on the inside wall, I ended up having a short one. And so these overlap. And I'm really glad that they do. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to put floors in here. So that was really fortunate that they overlap. Anyway, so now look at that. We just built the entire upper floor, you guys. The entire upper floor. And I deliberately put the walkway going around the outside so that it's the same all the way around and you don't have to zigzag or do any kind of gymnastics to get where you're going. Got it? All right. I think I really like how this turned out. Yeah, I do. And it's getting dark, apparently. I think we actually have time to build the upper floor if you guys are interested. But first I'm going to go sleep away this darkness that's approaching, and we'll be right back. Alright. Alright, so it's morning, and now we're going to do the upper floor. And you guys are probably like, wow, this is getting done a lot faster than I thought it would be. But I still have to decorate all of the rooms, and I also want to put some stuff out here in the courtyard. And we're going to be building a trading post out here, so we're not done. This is going to be a smaller build than, apparently, than my other ones. Or I guess it's just easier, maybe. Maybe that's... Did I say we were going to build the upper floor? I might have misspoke. I don't remember what I said, but I have a feeling I said the wrong word. I meant we're going to be building the lower level. So this is going to be the command center, and I think what I'm going to do right now is maybe just do it's just a small bit of decorating, just so you guys kind of have an idea of what I'm thinking for the command center. So I want to put like some stuff on the floor in here, just so that it's not so bare and, you know, cold and stone and all that kind of thing. So I want this to be where the officers like talk their strategy and have their meetings and stuff like that. This is the table that they have in the castle in the general's quarters. It looks a little too fancy and old-fashioned for this place, doesn't it? What else do they have? They have this one. This one might look a little bit better. Because it doesn't need to be very large, just because they actually have only 4 officers, so... Well, 4 officers and the commanding officer, so... They have 5 officers, so there's really only going to need to be... 5 chairs at the table, right? So I'm going to have... where are they? These chairs. I like these for this kind of thing. Let's see. Let's move the table over a little bit. There we go. And then we'll have a few chairs here at the table. Kind of facing the commander. Because, you know, he's talking. I guess they don't all have to face him, but... I need to start attracting some settlers, don't I? Actually, before I started building this fortress, I had a settlement here. It wasn't a very good one. It was like my first settlement I ever built up. And they just had a bunch of little shacks and stuff, a couple store stands, but they weren't actually like built into like shops or anything. They were just stuck on the ground. Because it was my first settlement, and I didn't really know how to build settlements back then, and then I just didn't do anything else with it. So, I just sent everybody to different settlements, and then I took everything down, which I didn't really mind, because I was intending to redo it anyways. Let's have a little sitting area over here. Especially if... Whoops. Especially if the, you know, the officers have to hang out here a lot. You know, there needs to be places where they can kind of take a load off. I also want to use, so maybe, which one was it? This. Oh no, wait. First, let's get a rug. Rug would be good. Cover up these stone floors or something. So they don't get so much cold feet, yeah? Okay, there. Then the table. Alright, so basically, you know, something like that. Maybe over here we'll need to have like a desk. So, yeah, no. The desk I want's in containers. Some desks are in containers and some are in tables. I'm assuming the ones that are in tables don't actually... They're not containers, I'm guessing. And then we should get... computer. There should be a computer next to the computers are in power miscellaneous, right? I don't use them very often. Yeah, I want this one. This one looks better. Let's put that here right by the desk. And then we can get some of those Vault-Tec computers. What are those under? Decorations? Are those under decorations vault? I think they are. Miscellaneous. Yes, they are. So we can get a computer there, and we should probably also put some by the door. I don't know what these computers do. They're just for looks. They're just for looks. Oh, we should have some storage containers, definitely. So let's get some large ones. Let's get some, yeah, ones like this. We can put them like this. We can just like put a few in here. Oops. There. I'm not answering questions, am I? Because I actually didn't answer that last one. I'm too distracted. Sorry, guys. I didn't mean to be. Actually, let's move this down a little bit so it's not so crowded. There. That's better. Now, I'm going to stack some containers on top of this. So now you actually can. I mean, you can't. Not normally, but let me see. Which kind should I stack up there? Some smaller ones. There is a way you can do it. You have to get a ladder from the wood tab. The small ladder. Then you put it in front. I'm getting stuck on something here. You put it in front of the object that you want to stack onto. Now, the ladder will turn red if there's not enough room to put a small wall on the other side. So just pull it back until it turns green, and then attach a small floor is what I meant to say, not a small wall. Blah, blah. So then when if you pull it back just until it turns green, the small floor will be right against the wall. Then go back to the thingy and pick whichever ones we want and stick them up here. So like I can stack like maybe one on top of each one or something. Or actually, let's do it just this way. Let's do it this way. And I'll put a blue one over here. So those are right up against the wall. See that? Then just remove. Make sure they're exactly where you want them to be. I think I'd like to center that blue one a little bit better. And then just remove the floor. And they fall right down on top. Haha! You could probably add them with the concrete pillar too. But this is quicker because you don't have to like leave your building and go do the concrete pillar thing outside and bring them back in. It's a lot easier, I think. A lot quicker. Okay. Yeah. All right. We need a rubber mat on the floor right here. Like this. And let's put some coming in from the door as well. Just because. Yeah, whatever. Something like that. Anyway, I'm going to decorate it a little bit more than this, but I just wanted to give you guys sort of an idea. I mean, yeah, I'm going to add some more stuff. Like, I'm going to put another desk over here. Oh, and you know what? Desks need chairs. Sorry, I have to put the chairs, because if I don't put the chairs, it's going to drive me nuts, because then they won't have anywhere to sit. So, yeah. There. Okay, that's all. That's all I'm going to do for now. I'm probably going to put some other things, but I'll show you guys that next time. Alright. We probably don't have time to build this entire lower level, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try. So, this area here is going to be the clinic. Because this was the area that I felt it fit the best. There's not going to be a whole lot of room in the rest of the area, the rest of the place. So I'm going to put the clinic right here, and I'm going to put the door smack dab in the middle, like so. And so this is going to be the clinic, okay? Which I'm not going to decorate right now. And then we're going to have a door. Oh, let's see. How many squares? It's 3 squares from the edge of the wall. So we're going to put a door right there. And this area is going to be like reception and checking in and I don't know, stuff like that. You know what I didn't think to do is make a brig. Maybe this should be the brig. Except it's too big. And then if I put the brig here, there wouldn't be a room for the clinic. I have every other piece of everything decided on. Actually, there is a whole section of this is going to be my power room. I'm going to put a power generator in here. This whole section from here, from this and all the way over here is unaccounted for. I don't know what I'm going to put there, but the rest of it is accounted for. So, I don't know, maybe we can put the brig here. Or maybe the brig can be this. They can sit here and listen to the turrets hum all day long. I don't know. I haven't decided yet, you guys. I didn't think to put a brig, so we probably are to have to have one. I don't know. Maybe we can have a separate little building out here. We could put a cell like smack dab in the middle of this area. I don't know. I'm rambling now. Anyways, so let's finish building stuff. Now, we are going to be having supports holding up this because I don't like the floaty look. So I'm going to have one here. Like so, and raise it up. There we go. Perfecto, right? Then I'm going to have another one right here. And these areas under the stairs, I think I'm just going to use them for storage because we do need areas for storage, and these would be perfect. We can just stack crates and things underneath these, so I think that would be good. Don't you guys think so? I think so. Okay, so now we're going to have more rooms, so we'll put a door right here and a wall here. Each of these entrances are going to be like this. You're going to come in, there's going to be a door this way, open area this way, stairs this way. They're going to be the same, although on each one. It's going to be the same. So, okay. And then the corridors are going to be coming along the inside on the bottom level and on the outside on the top level. That way, well, we don't hit the steps, right? All right. I'm sorry I haven't answered that one question because it's too hard to think of items and stuff that are missing. While I'm building, it's too difficult of a question to answer while I'm building. I get too distracted and I don't answer it. Basically, lots of stuff. If you could think of it, they should have added it. Really. They should have. Definitely. Okay, so let me see. What's this one? This area... Oh, right. This area is unaccounted for. That's right. I remember that. But we are going to be putting a wall right here. And a door right here. So, this whole area is... I have not decided what it should be yet, so... I don't know if we can put a brig in here. I don't know if it's big enough for a brig. I suppose we could put a couple, I don't know, maybe a couple cells right here, or I don't know. Tell me, you guys, what you think of this. What could you do with this area? Do we need a brig? If we do have a brig, should it be inside the fort, or should it be out here, or should it be completely like outside the fort? I don't know. I don't know. Give me your opinions, because I totally like missed on the brig when I was designing this before. It completely slipped my mind, and so now I'm not sure where to stick it in. All right. So then, as we go around the next corner, wait a minute. Where am I? I just got lost for a second. I'm looking at my little diagram I made. So I go around this corner. This is the generator room, potentially, or it could be the brig, I guess. But then, where would I put my generator room? I suppose it could just be like right here. I'm just planning on using a small fusion generator. So I suppose I could just make a little room for it to go in, and then this could be the brig. We could have like a office, a security office or something out here. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, so as we go around the corner from this area... Hold on a second. There should not be... No, the door should be... Yeah, well, my diagram shows the door being back here. Right here. Which I suppose I can change. Doesn't have to be. It's just where I stuck it for some reason. Because I have... Because, yeah, I don't know. That's really weird. I actually don't like it right there. I want it back. I want it back where it was. I think I just randomly stuck it in when I was designing it because I really didn't know what was going to go there. So, no biggie. I can move it this way or that way depending on what I want to put there. So, yeah. Whoops. And one on... Wait a minute. Did that go right where I wanted it? Yes. So then I want one right here too. Alright, so I'm going to read the next question. Why don't you speak the names of people that ask the questions? I answered this already in one of my vault builds. It's really hard to do that because yeah, I already answered this one. It's hard to do that because I have to, well, for one thing, it's hard for me to pronounce everybody's names. It'll take me longer time to read them. Especially if I can't pronounce them, if sometimes people's names are just numbers or whatever. And I don't want to spend a lot of time staring at my computer screen doing that. And so I would like to copy, make a screenshot of the person's question, like Fudge Muppet does in their Q&A vlogs. However, most of you guys don't have, you don't ask a question in its own thing all by itself. You ask a question and then you might say all kinds of other stuff, or you first say all kinds of other stuff and then ask a question, and so it's hard to see it. And I don't know. It's just, I'm not gonna dictate to you how you should post comments and ask questions. I'm just not going to read your names. So, okay? Sorry. I mean, I don't know why it really matters. Why does it matter to you if I read your name or not? You know if you asked the question, and you know if I answered your question. I mean, do you want a recognition or something? Because, I don't know, that's kind of pathetic, really. Personally, I think it's kind of pathetic if you just want the recognition. So, anyways, that's just my 2 cents on that one. So, next question then. Have you ever broken a game or a console? No, actually I have not. Hold on a second, I just lost where I am. Where am I? Did I just put this wall in? See, this is what happens when I talk and work at the same time. My brain doesn't like it. It blows a fuse. Okay, I'm right here. I lost my place. This is the supply depot. No, not this. This area on this side is going to be the supply depot, everybody. Because you got to have one, right? So all the soldiers are going to come get their stuff. Whoops. Okay. I'm probably going to put tables, and I might have a vendor in here as well. Probably a weapons vendor. Maybe I'll have a weapons and armor as well. 2 guys in here. So put some shelves on the walls, stock it with goods, stuff like that. Yeah, supply depot. Alright. We still have a little bit of stuff to build. So my timer says that we're just about done with this episode, but I suppose I could go a little longer just because we're almost done with the lower part. This side here is going to be the showers, because I realized I made a couple bathrooms upstairs, but there's nowhere for them to take baths. I mean, there's no showers. You can't have showers. That's one thing that they didn't put in the game, in the build menu. Showers. That would have been great. Anyway, so like the girls' showers will be on the bottom, and I'm going to make a second floor for the guys. Now, I know I can't put a full second floor on here, but it's not going to be a full second floor, so That'll be good. I'm not going to do that right now, though. I'm going to finish this down here, and then maybe next episode I'll do it, because it's a little bit tricky, and it's going to take a while to get it in there. So we're going to just finish this down here first. And so, for that, I'm going to... let me see. I'm just trying to find my place. Here we go. Okay. I am going to put a bathroom right here, though, because we have 2 upstairs. And we need 1 down here, don't we? At least. Okay. Get in there. I'm putting the door right there. So, like, you can come back and forth from the shower to the bathroom without, you know, getting seen too much. And right here... we are going to put a utility closet, maintenance closet. Like, you know, this is where they put their brooms and stuff. I don't know. Gotta have this kind of stuff, right? Gotta have this stuff. Who sweeps the floor? There's a custodian or something. There's somebody who sweeps the floors, right? I believe there is. So... let's do that, and I actually want it to be smaller than the square, because it's just a closet. It doesn't have to be very big. So that's what's going to go right there. And then we are, of course, going to have the support beams, and I'm going to finish answering that question. The question was, have you ever broken a game or a console? No, I have not. I have had a PS3 that had the dreaded red light of death. I did get one of those. So I don't know if that counts as breaking a console. I didn't actually, like, smash a console or smash a game, if that's what you meant. So, no. Alright. And then, next, we have... this is the kitchen and the mess hall. So this area here, I have decided is going to be like a rec room kind of thing. This is where the officers, the soldiers, they're going to be able to come here and hang out, take a load off. This is where they're going to be spending their off hours, stuff like that. Or they'll go out to the trading post, which is going to have a bar in it. They probably will go out there too. But this room here is going to be where they just can sit and read or whatever if they don't want to sit on their bed, you know. So I'll put probably some couches in here. Maybe a TV. I'll put a TV in here. So this is the layout, you guys, now that we have kind of finished the putting in the main walls and everything. So we've got quarters, okay? This whole wing of the... so this wing is, starting here, basically, is weapons and armor. All the way back that way. And then basically starting here is going to be residential. So the bathrooms for the enlisted guys. The enlisted men's quarters go across. Officers' quarters and commanding officers' quarters. And then if you go down directly from the quarters, down here you are in the rec room where they would do their off hours, and then here is the mess hall. So basically all of the living, the personal living spaces, and then of course the showers are going to be right here. So all of the personal living spaces is on this side of the thing. So basically from the middle over is personal living space, and from the middle over to this side is command rooms and weapons and armor and stuff like that. Okay, got it? It's organized that way. I planned it that way. And that is it so far. Now, I did have this idea, too, of putting windows on the inside. Not on the outside, because that wouldn't be good for defense, but on the inside. Let me know what you think. I'm going to do a few right now, And then you can see what they look like, and let me know for the next episode if you think I should leave them in, because I could always just take them out again. But I was thinking of having a window right here next to each staircase. So, one right here too. Come on, get in. And one right here. Okay, what do you think of that? So then, it just feels a little less claustrophobic. So then you can come up and you look out. You can see where you are inside this place. You know, this place is really the same all the way around. And I really like opening it up a little bit, showing you where you're at, stuff like that. I'm also thinking maybe I can put a window in the rec room. We can look out at the back of the pump house. Oops. Right? It just lets a little bit of light in and stuff like that. Just make it a little bit. Yeah. And maybe we could even put one in here. I mean, I can imagine it gets pretty claustrophobic in these types of places. Don't you guys think? Look at sunshine coming in. That's nice. I think that just makes it a little bit nicer. I'm getting stuck on every single one of these tables. All right. I don't know. So let me know what you guys think of that. You can't see that window very well. But it's okay. Sunshine still comes in. And then also an idea I had was to put windows in the quarters. And now this one I'm not so sure about because there's a lot of windows then. So I'm just going to put them in and then you guys tell me what you think, okay? I can take some out. All right, I don't have to put in this many windows. And actually I was wondering, should I put in a window on the upper floor too? I suppose I don't have to put a window there. It just might look nice, but I don't know. Where'd it go? Oh, whoa. How'd it get way over there? Okay. I'm just going to put them in. I'm going to put them all in where I think you know, windows could possibly go. And then you guys tell me what you think. And if you think there shouldn't be this many windows, let me know. And I can always... Oh, whoops. No, that guy doesn't get a window. Ha! Sorry, man. He doesn't get a window. Doesn't need to be one in the bathroom. We can't have one... Well... We can't have one in the commanding officer's quarters because this is the... No, it's not. Oh, we could have one right here. Okay. Okay. No, not a door. We can have one here. We just can't have one here because this is the gate. Don't need to have one in the gate. Sunshine coming in. That's really nice. Okay, so let's go down and see what it looks like because it's going to look like a lot of windows. It will. What do you think? It's starting to get dark though, so it's a little bit hard to see. It's already getting dark? I just slept and made it daytime. Alright, so let me know. What do you think of that? What do you think of having windows? And I could put some... I won't be able to put any in the power armor room because there's a power armor workstation on every single square. But that's okay. All of the rooms don't need windows. I just thought maybe the living areas at least could stand to have some. But again, there doesn't have to be windows in, you know, with this... there don't have to be this many. I was just wondering what you guys thought. So, let me know. And I was gonna put... Oh, yes, a rad storm. Brilliant. Well, I suppose this is a good place to stop then, right? We're gonna have a rad storm and it's getting dark too, so... Anyways... I will call this episode good, you guys. Let me know what you think about my layout. And if you're curious to see my floor plan that I drew, let me know, because I might be able to make a copy of it. Alright, I'm going to go now, and I'll see you guys in the next episode, okay? Oh yeah, make sure you give me some more questions, because I only have one left. And so if you want me to do more Q&A in the next episode, do leave me some more. And until then, everybody... Oh, wow, that's cool. Anyway, remember, you guys, play safe, play nice, and have fun, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.